What's up, YouTube? Timu's here. Here is my opening session summary where I talk about the films and shows that premiere this week, whether they'll be in theaters, streaming, etc. And we already know the big thing that's coming out this week, and that is the highly anticipated Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I'm really pumped for this one. Already got my ticket, got my Showtime book on Friday. Just gotta try to avoid the spoilers, but that's gonna be a little difficult. I'm really super excited for this. Hopefully, it'll live up to the hype. Uh, Tom, like I've always, did quite like Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, and they have always been really intriguing. So I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out, especially seeing some iconic characters in this, like Doctor Octopus returning. Not spoilers, feature in the trailer. So yeah. Uh, Hopefully it'll live up to that hype because the reviews have been solid for this movie. Like they're saying it's one of the best Spider-Man movies there is. Like lots of people are loving this. Hopefully I'll be one of them, but I can totally see me. To be honest, maybe this could be the best comic book movie of the year. I'm thinking. So yeah, really pumped for it. All right, now Spider-Man No Way Home is not the only film coming out this week. Also out, we got Nightmare Alley, which is the new Guillermo del Toro directed film. Take place in 1940s New York. Down on his luck, Stanton college slide endears himself to Caroline and her mentalist husband at a traveling carnival. Using newly acquired knowledge, Colossal crafts a golden ticket into the success by swindling the elite and wealthy, hoping for a big score. He soon hatches a scheme to con a dangerous tycoon with the help from a mysterious psychiatrist who might be our most formidable opponent yet. Now, the cast of this is insane. You got the likes of Bradley Cooper, you got Kate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe technically has two movies out this week, so that's cool there. And this looks creepy. It is actually a remake of a 1940s film, and it's also based on a book as well. And Guillermo del Toro, he is of course coming off of his Oscar-winning film of The Shape of Water, and this looks like it's gonna be have some Oscar attention. So hopefully it'll be decent because it does look like it could be really interesting. All right, now in theaters this week and Netflix later this month, we got The Lost Daughter, which is the directorial debut by Maggie Gyllenhaal and stars Olivia Colman. You also got Dakota Johnson. Ed Harris is in this. Jesse Buckley. Now, here's what this is about. A college professor confronts her unsettling past after meeting a woman and her young daughter while on a vacation in Italy. Her obsession with the woman and her daughter prompts memory of her early motherhood. Now, this is getting loads of Oscar buzz. Like Maggie Gyllenhaal just scored a Golden Globe nomination for Best Director. Olivia Colman might get a nomination for Best Actress for this. This does look really interesting. Looks like an interesting mystery-based film. That's where I'm getting at. So hopefully it'll be decent there. And Maggie Gyllenhaal, I mean, she's of course best known for The Dark Knight. She's been great in loads of other stuff. I've always loved Maggie Gyllenhaal. So, and of course she was best known for Secretariat as well. So there's that. Anyway, also at this week, in theaters this week, and Amazon next month, we got The Tender Bar. In 1972, 90-year-old J.R. Maguire moves into his grandfather's dilapidated house in Long Island, New York, searching for a father figure. He falls under the unconventional telegay of his Uncle Charlie, a charismatic, self-educated bartender who introduces himself to a handful of the bar's colorful regulars. As the years pass and JR grows into a young man, he tries to fulfill his dream of becoming a writer. Now, this also stars Ty Sheridan. You also got Ben Affleck, who as Snoop Dogg called him, Fleck, I think it was. That was a pretty fun one. Anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. It does look really interesting. You got Christopher Lloyd's also in this. That's always Doc Brown is always a given. So yeah, this looks like it could be really intriguing to watch. All right. Also out on Hulu, we got Mother Android, which stars Chloe Moretz. Georgia and Sam flee their country as the world bows an artificial intelligence. And to be honest, the trailer did not really do much for me. I can kind of see why now they're releasing this thing in Hulu instead of Deers because it looks like it's not really going to do well in Deers. I like Hello Moretz and also the one player co-star LG Smith. He's of course on Euphoria. I think he's a good actor, but even that won't really isn't much to have me excited. So yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll be decent. I mean, it's just a trailer, but yeah, it does not look all that great. All right, on Apple and theaters, we got Swan Song, which stars Mahershala Ali, Naomi Harris, a Moonlight reunion. You got Aquafina, Glenn Close. It's about a loving husband and father diagnosed with a terminal illness is presented with an alternative solution by his doctor to shield his family from grief. This looks like it could be really intriguing. I like Mahershala Ali, who of course got an Oscar nomination for his performance here. It looks like it'd be really cool, so maybe it'll be decent. Oh boy. Also at this week we got Fortress, which stars Bruce Willis. We already know where this is going. Uh, in Fortress, Robert is a former CIA agent who lives a life tranquilly at a secret resort in the woods. One day, his estranged son drives to the camp for a visit, but he's followed by Robert's own nemesis, Belzari, as Belzari and his squad launch a all-out attack. Father and son retreat to a high-tech bunker that has steel walls and advanced weapons. Now this also stars the likes of now this also features Shannon Doherty. You also got Chad Michael Murray's in this. You got some really intriguing casts, but sad to say, I cannot be excited for Bruce Willis movie anymore. Just his movies lately just has not. Bruce Willis just seems like he doesn't give a crap anymore. He doesn't even try no more. Loads of his films have just been going straight to home video, mostly limited release. I mean, yeah, this movie looks like it looks like it's a dumpster fire. So yeah, of course, you guys know I did my top 10 least anticipated movies coming next year, and believe it or not, I added loads of Bruce Willis movies in that list. So yeah, I mean, it's a shame too because he was always like one of the best action stars of the '80s with his films like Die Hard. Of course, Last Boy Scout's good, but sad to say, lately he just has not done it. Like, it'll be cool seeing a comeback, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, we also got a horror movie called The Novus, which actually just scored an Independent Spirit nominations. It's about a college freshman joins her university's rowing team and undertakes an obsessive physical and psychological journey to make it to the top varsity boat, no matter the cost. Now, this actually looks really creepy. You got Isabel Furman, who's of course returning for the Orphan sequel. This looks like it would be something really interesting to watch. Hopefully, it'll be cool. But it did score a couple of Independent Spirit Award nominations, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Also, at this week, we got a movie called You Mean Everything to Me about a young woman who falls in love with a DJ after a whirlwind romance and is convinced to work at his club. However, as has his control over her increases and he demands grow dark, she becomes isolated and must find a way to regain her freedom. Now, this stars Morgan Slater, who starred in that movie White Girl. Got some other cast members in this. It looks like it'd be really intriguing to watch. A decent like romance-based film. Looks like it's partially a thriller as well, so could be cool. All right, on Paramount Plus, we got Rumble, which was supposed to go with theirs, but I guess they want this thing to release just straight to Paramount Plus instead. It's pretty much like Monsters Inc., but with wrestling instead. In a world where monsters are tame and monsters wrestling is a popular sport, Winnie seeks to follow in her father's footsteps as a manager by turning an inexperienced monster into a contender. Now, this stars a couple of wrestlers like Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch is in this. You also got Terry Crews, Will Arnett. You've got the girl from. You also got Ben Schwartz. The girl from Blockers. I cannot really pronounce the last name so well, but Gerline Then I think her name is. You got some really cool cast members in this. It looks intriguing. It looks cute, charming. Could be an interesting anime film. Hopefully, it'll be good because, yeah, unlike Yeah, unlike Paw Patrol and Clifford, looks like they did not want to do the day-to-day release with this thing. They just want to release this thing straight to Paramount Plus, which is not a good sign actually. I mean, at least with Clifford and Paw Patrol, there was like, yeah, these have some. These look like movies that could probably be hits, and they were right. Those movies were hits, but I guess they didn't think that this movie will do any well in the box office. So, and Paramount already had some slumbers. So, yeah. Anyway, also out this week, we got Netflix's The Hand of God, directed by Paolo Sorrentino. In 1980s Naples, Italy, an awkward Italian teen struggles to find his place, experience heartbreak and liberation after he's inadvertently saved from a freak accident by football legend Diego Maradona. Now, Paolo Sorrentino, he also gave us movies like Youth, The Great Beauty. He's a really cool director. You got some really newcomers in this, so it could be a treat to watch. A little surprised it's not getting more Oscar buzz, but I guess not everything gets Oscar love here. All right. Also, we got Minamata, which actually stars Johnny Depp, and this is literally a movie that MGM actually abandoned because I guess the whole Johnny Depp situation and everything. It's a true story film that takes place in 1971. Photographer W. Eugene Smith travels to Minamata, Japan, a coastal city ravaged by mercenary poisoning, ushered by a imprisoned translator, and encouraged by local villagers. Smith's powerful images expose decades of gross neglectfulness. It could be a train. I mean, I like John. Despite the whole controversy and everything, I do still like Johnny Depp. I think the dude is terrific, and I think this could be really a train to watch. Hopefully, it'll be decent. All right. Also returning on Paramount Plus, we got South Park Post COVID Part 2, The Return of COVID. This time around, we're like, if you guys don't know, South Park recently had their special on Paramount Plus, which was called South Park Post COVID, where it took place like years in the future, and Kenny ends up dying because he was trying to like find the origins of the coronavirus and everything. So older versions of Kyle, Stan, and Eva Common are going to try to travel back to time to even prevent COVID from ever happening, and even save their friend. Looks like we were going to get a grown-up Butters in the new one this time around. But this time he's pretty much Professor Chaos. I'm curious to see how they're going to interpret that there. I'm really intrigued to check this one out. I thought South Park Post COVID was downright hilarious. I'm really looking forward to see where they're going to take this new one to. It looks like it could be really fun, so hopefully it'll be as good as the first film. Or first special, I should say. All right, now we also got a couple of TV shows premiering. Like we got MacGruber coming to Peacock, where like Will Arnett returns as the character of MacGruber. After rotting in prison for over a decade, America's ultimate hero and uber patriot MacGruber is finally released, and his mission is to take down a mysterious villain from his past. But Brigadier Commander Enos Quee, with the entire world in the crosshairs, MacGruber must race against time to defeat the forces of evil, only to find that evil may be lurking within. Now, I thought the first MacGruber movie was a train, was funny. Will Arnett was great. Will Forte was great. You also got Kristen Wiig coming back, Ryan Felipe. You also got some new additions like who else is in this? Oh yeah, Sam Elliot's supposed to be in this. You got some really cool cast members, so hopefully the series will be decent. There's also Station 11 coming to HBO Max, where 20 years after a flu pandemic resulted in the collapse of civilization, a group of survivors who make their living as traveling performers encounter a violent cult led by a man whose past is unknowingly linked to a member of the troupe. This could be a treat. You got Mackenzie Davis is in this. She's always given. So hopefully it'll be decent. It looks like it'll be really interesting to watch. We got Finding Magic Mike, which is supposed to be like a reality series on HBO Max. I guess they're trying to find a new stripper or something like that. I don't know. We got The Witcher Season 2 returning, which of course is pretty much hype this week. Got Henry Cavill returning. Of course, The Witcher first premiere all the way back in 2019, so it's obviously because of the pandemic holding everything up. The Witcher season 2 is finally coming out this week. Hopefully, it'll be as good as the first season. We're also getting more Witcher content. Like, there's a prequel coming. There's of course, we just had the anime film. Hopefully, this will be cool. Last but not least, we got 1883 coming to Paramount Plus, which is actually like a prequel to Yellowstone, starring Sam Elliott, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. You got Billy Bob Thornton's in this. I've seen Yellowstone here and there. It's a pretty cool show, so I'm definitely intrigued to check out where they're gonna take this new series to. It's a Western series, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully, it'll be something decent. But anyway, let me let you guys. What? Obviously, this might be a little bit of a dumb question, but what are you looking forward to check out this week? Are you looking forward for Spider-Man? Are you looking forward for Nightmare Alley, South Park Post-COVID Part 2, etc.? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that before notification. This is Timmy Rosario.